How are things going?
Things are well, thanks for asking.
Welcome back to Toronto.
Thank you.
So since you've last left us, we've come out with an entirely new album of amazing stuff. And here's my first question for you. You're in Toronto today. Taylor Swift is in Toronto today. And one of your tracks is called TMZ, which is You Belong to Me. Any chance that you might, send her a Twitter and say, hey, hi.
Maybe I'll get up on stage and say, all right, your song was good, Taylor, but
let me show you how to do
it. She had enough of that, I think.
So how does it work when you're doing songs like this? Because, there's Taylor Swift, there's Lady Gaga, there's so many amazing artists on here. What's involved with getting the okay and the blessing? Because I'm guessing that so many people would be like, that's an honor to have Weird Al do something for me.
It's a different case for every single artist. I didn't talk directly to Taylor Swift. I think it was more a matter of my peeps talking to her peeps and working it out. But at some point she signed off on it, so obviously she's cool with it. Generally it's not a problem. These days most artists treat the Weird Al parodies as the homages they are meant to be.
No, seriously though, do you think that perhaps you would get in touch with Taylor for tonight's show or maybe do something?
I think that would be a little presumptive of me to say, hey Taylor, can I come up on stage with you and do it? If she wanted me to, I'd be happy, obviously, but I mean, that's a little pushy.
We'll see what we can do from Twitter.
Okay.
All right, we're on it. So the Lady Gaga thing, I know you've been asked this a billion times, but was it shocking to you that there was an actual no at first?
Kinda, yeah, especially after all the hoops I'd been made to jump through. I mean, I just kind of figured, the Gaga camp's just being very protective. They've got the biggest star in the world, and they just want to make sure it's okay. And I mostly didn't understand why, after I had given them finished lyrics, why they still needed to hear the song. That was the disconnect. It's like, why would you... Well, I had to assume, I said, they would not say no after making me actually record the song, especially since they have the lyrics. If they had a problem, they'd certainly tell me. At this point, I would assume, right? They can't possibly be... And they said no. So that was what kind of blew my mind.
So, and eventually she got wind of this.
Yeah, it turned out, I'd been told the whole time, like, we got to run this by Gaga, it's all Gaga's decision. It was not. It was all the manager's decision, and Gaga didn't even find out about it until after I posted the song to YouTube.
So what happened after she found out about this, and she's like, absolutely, has she been in touch with you to say, dude, has she personally reached out saying, awesome job?
Well, I have not talked to her in person, but she has said very nice things about me and about the song. She did a Rolling Stone interview where she said the song was empowering, that it was a rite of passage to get a Weird Al parody, so it was all very positive.
So if you ever, if you win a Grammy for the song you did, will you go on stage in a soy meat dress?
I might do the soy meat dress, yeah. We'll have to talk about a little tempeh outfit. That would be nice.
Well, because, the whole thing of you is like an homage. So if she did meat, you got to do something else.
Yes, a little seitan.
So will Weird Al ever get tired of doing the amazingness that is what Weird Al does?
Should I answer this in third person? Well, Weird Al, as far as I know him. I still love what I do. It hasn't really become a job yet. I work hard, but it's not, I can't imagine anything else I'd rather be doing. I love comedy. I love music. I still get a thrill out of this. So, I will not stop until people force me to stop.
But has family ever reached out to you saying, hey, Aunt Joe and Uncle Murph are getting married. They want a song. Like, is there ever that sort of family sort of request?
Uncle Murph never calls me anymore. We've become estranged. I don't know what's up with Murph. He never calls, he never writes. I'm starting to get a little worried about him. I don't really get requests like that. Most people realize that, it's not like, let's invite Al over to our party, he'll sing for us. Like, no, they know the drill.
Now, this is already out, right? So people can go and buy this
as far as I know.
Yeah, okay,
that's what they tell me.
Are you already working on the next stuff? Like, is that what you do?
I will eventually, but when I release an album, it's sort of like giving birth. It's a major effort, and after that, you kind of don't want to think about it for a while. So I'm out promoting Alpocalypse, and I'll be touring for it for a while, but it's going to be a little while before I feel like enough time's gone by that I can kind of get the creative juices flowing again.
Now, Massey Hall, you're doing a couple of shows in Toronto.
I am.
Now, you do obviously do stuff off the new album. Do you do the old stuff that everybody loves?
Yeah, it's the show, Massey Hall in particular, we're doing an extended show because we're shooting it for a big TV special and possible DVD release, we'll see. But I mean, it is a pretty good overview of the new album and the greatest hits and a few deep tracks, a little bit of everything, a nice sampling of the entire Al oeuvre.
Now, you do all the stuff on your own, but is there ever a chance that perhaps you would do a duet with the artist who you're featuring?
You're trying to get me with Taylor Swift. I know how this works.
Or Gaga.
Or Gaga. No, of course I'd be open to that. I just, I guess just don't want to be pushy. I mean, if they, if it made sense creatively, if it really would help the song to make it a duet, I would certainly consider it. But it's got to work creatively, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll keep that in mind for the future.
Let's end with this. How long does it take you to write one of your songs? Like, what's the process?
It really depends. I mean, I can crank the Lady Gaga thing. I cranked that pretty quickly because they were wanting to see the lyrics right away, and I wanted to get the album release locked in. So I wrote that in a couple days.
Like, can you do one on the spot, or does it really you got to think? Okay,
no, I don't freestyle. It doesn't work. It doesn't spontaneously come out of my head. No, it's a very painful analytical process, which you don't want to be around for.
A lot of booze or something.
Yeah, yeah. Like I get this kind of glazed look in my eyes, and I drool a lot. So it goes on for days.
Now, welcome back to Toronto. Obviously, we love having you here. You've been here so many times. What do you love about Toronto?
It's hard to articulate, but I mean, I feel like I'm an honorary Canadian because I basically lived in Toronto for a big stretch of the 90s doing specials for Much Music and hanging out on Queen Street and Yonge Street, and it just feels like home to me. I haven't been here for a long time, but just walking down the street here just was an odd sense of like, yeah, here I am,
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I always love talking to you.
You as well, man.
Thank you.